So, we are here in a very echoey room, a brand new place, and we'll get to that later. But first, I want to talk to you guys about the new California exhaust law. It's called AB-1824, and it prohibits the correction of modified exhaust. So, before in California, here's a little background of the law. Before in California, you still could get a ticket for modified exhaust. So nothing has changed in that aspect, but the difference is now you can't correct it, put your car back to stock, or however you want to go about it, and pay the $25 fix-it ticket and be done with it. So now police, CHP, they can ticket you and make sure that the ticket is non-correctable, so that way you have to pay a fine and there's no getting out of it. So I know a lot of people in the car community are freaking out right now, thinking, oh my gosh, I gotta sell my car, I gotta part it out, like California car scene is done. I'm here to tell you guys that is not the case. Please don't part your cars out just because of this law. So I've actually done my research and figured out that it really depends on per county and where you are located in California. But the exhaust law, yes, it is still, you can get a ticket for non-correctable, but that is at the officer's discretion. So they are encouraged to write tickets for non-correctable exhaust fine, but they do have the option to write it as correctable. So it really depends on, one, how many exhaust tickets you've had or how many offenses you've had, and two, if your exhaust is really that loud that, yeah, you need to fix it. So the other part of this ticket fiasco that everybody's complaining about is the state ref. So there's a video going around on Instagram of this officer pulling over this couple in a sports car with a modified exhaust, and I'll play it right here.
You also need to take to a state referee and have them verify all the components on this motor and this exhaust system, okay? Okay. There'll be some information on this citation. You'll also receive something in the mail. Okay. All right? It's no longer correctable in California. Okay. Any modification to exhaust, you shall go before a judge, and it's a $1,000 fine. Okay, I wasn't aware of it. That changed last month due to the takeovers and some of the street racing. I get it. So unfortunately, you're facing $1,000, buddy, and we'll see you in court. Everything we do here is video camera. All right, you guys be careful as you pull away. I recommend fixing it right away and not continuing to drive. We're on a federal grant right now. There's about a dozen of us working this, and we're going to be working this every weekend. Okay. And 2 or 3 times during the week sporadically. All because of the fatalities involving cars similar to this. Not saying it was you guys, but you're driving.
So this is kind of what's sparking all the frustration from the car community and the kind of fear factor, because he basically just states every time it's a $1,000 fine, and that we're finding actually not to be true. So everybody's complaining to on Instagram, you know, oh, we can't afford $1,000 fines, like I'm gonna sell my car. But there's been a few people in our local car community here in Northern California who have gotten state refed, or they've gotten a modified exhaust ticket, and the ticket itself is actually not anywhere near $1,000. It's about, depending on your offenses, it's around $150 to $300 for a modified exhaust ticket. You guys shouldn't really worry about that. If that's what you're worried about, is $1,000 every time. That's not true. It's basically a rumor going around on Instagram and social media that everybody's screwed. So don't believe that. You're gonna be fine. It's just a couple $100. But yeah, not really much to worry about. I think that in probably like a few weeks to maybe 2 months, I think that the police are gonna start calming down and we can kind of resume business as usual, as far as going to car meets, going to shows, you know, going around without being in fear of getting pulled over or fear of, you know, police harassing you about your exhaust or just profiling you for driving a modified car. So yeah, I would personally, I'm going to wait it out, and you know, if they do get you, they get you. That's part of the game as far as I see it. So yeah, there's really not much to worry about, guys. Here's another little proof or piece of proof that I found on our Instagram. It's by this popular traffic lawyer named F Your Ticket. Apparently he does really good work in the SoCal area and anywhere in California actually, but he says, you know, this is kind of a clickbait thing, but he has proof that tickets are in fact not $1,000 at all. This one he found was $207, and he says $1,000 exhaust ticket is stated numerous times that it's not $1,000 at all. So don't really need to worry about that, guys. As far as we know, it's not $1,000. Just careful that you don't get state refed, because if you do get state refed or sent to the state referee, that's when stuff gets pricey. That's, you know, it's still not $1,000, but it's definitely not cheap. It's not cheap as $200, and it is kind of a pain because they do check everything, especially with you guys that run more than a catback exhaust in California. That's where you're kind of in trouble. So play it by ear, be safe, don't be stupid. Honestly, I would just stay away from car meets for now, play it safe, and you know, keep your eyes out, be smart. So as you can see, we're in a very different place today. This is their warehouse. So this is our friends Miguel and Lawson from the Custom Auto Lab, and they are starting a vinyl wrap business. They're gonna specialize on vehicles, any size pretty much. And they just got this shop, they just started leasing the building. It is totally awesome for them. I'm super proud of them. They've been working really hard and doing this for a long time too. So probably wondering what this is right here. So this is Lawson's, that's Lawson. This is Lawson's new build. He is doing S14 with the Rocket Bunny Boss Kit. So yeah, this is still an S14. Yeah, it doesn't look like an S14, but it is. And so it's doing wide body, they're doing a wrap. It is caged. It's got Recaro seats. It's got these beautiful wheels, some of my favorite wheels ever made. VSXXs with R888Rs on them. And here's under the hood. Yeah, that's not a KA, if you know anything about motors. This is an LS1 swapped into the chassis. How much power does it make, Lawson? 400. Makes, yeah, about 400 horsepower. Yeah, that thing rips, sounds amazing. We can't do any exhaust clips right now because it's late and we don't really want to piss the neighbors off. But yeah. So now we're outside and it's kind of raining. But this kind of, I don't know if it gives you an idea where the shop is in Petaluma if you're from around here. But I'll give you a little update on the Z since we're already out here. I did install these quick release latches. They're like the little push button type ones. Super easy. I think they look really clean, other than, you know, the rubber band ones that everybody runs that look cheap in my opinion. We got the wastegate media banner. We are thinking about selling these, so if you guys are interested in copying one of these banners, please let us know down below. That way we can organize with our sticker guy, and we'll put a shout out for him right here. Tony, we love you. To start producing these banners and hopefully get them on our website soon. So please let us know, and if we get enough response, we will go through with that. So it's up to you guys. So recently I got some new tires, some Pirelli P0s. They've been pretty good. I'm not on wire anymore, so that's amazing. I don't know if you can see, it's the ISR exhaust, the single exhaust. I did just smog my car legally, so I do have my cats on right now. It's extremely quiet, which kind of was good timing because of all the exhaust stuff going on right now. The car is extremely quiet. It's quieter than it's ever been since I've owned it. So yeah, I'm going to put my test pipes back on tomorrow, and I am possibly going to go with a smaller resonator on the ISR, because the resonator has on now, there's some fitment issues with the drive shaft, and kind of not into that with it rubbing. Some future plans for the Z. I am currently in the process of gathering parts for a rear mount turbo kit. So if you guys have any recommendations on parts, fuel pump, actually not fuel pump, if you have any recommendation on like an oil scavenge pump, I need to figure out that, because that's going to be the limiting factor here. I already have a turbo. It's a CX Racing GT35 68mm. Yeah, I know it's a kind of a crappy turbo, but it was next to free, so just got it anyway. I'm going to run that. So yeah, that is going to be exciting. I'm going to try and get Emmett around so he can update you guys with the build for his E46. And as you know, Nick is still in Boston, killing the game over there. And yeah, we're still Wastegate Media, guys. We are still cooking into 2019. We got big things planned for the year, and I hope you guys all stay tuned. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe. It really helps us grow. It helps us live our dream out, and hopefully we can continue to bring better and better content to you. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Till next time.